Good morning and welcome to Ride and Shine Cruising Mornings at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Right here in Anniston, Alabama, we come to you live from this dealership every weekday morning, Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 8:30. We want to thank you for starting your day with us. And today we have some special guests at the dealership. And of course, joining me, as most mornings, is the general manager here from the dealership, Ed Pyle. Hi, Ed.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good. Hey, we talked a little bit about how early this is, but that's okay. What a great way to start our day.
It is. I mean, Kip's here. He brought some donuts for us, so I mean, we're ready to roll.
And we have the Joe Bell coffee and our great little Ride and Shine coffee mugs.
That's right. Yep, we're ready to go this morning.
So we live in the South, and in the South, we definitely love our football.
Oh yeah.
Of course, we love our college football, but what better is high school football?
All year round now, I think.
I think so too.
Yeah, I mean, that's. I know when I was a kid, it was 3 sports, and you know, after one was over with, you'd move on to the next one and the next one. But I don't think it's like that no more.
No, they're just constantly.
That's right.
Well, we have some special guests with us today, and we're going to talk a little bit about football. Mm-hmm. And one of the special guests that is a football coach is also a sales consultant here.
Yeah, he is. He's he's over there staring at me. No, that I thought he was waiting for me to say something. So no, yeah, he is. He's got a. I mean, like we talked about yesterday, I don't know how you're able to split the time doing that kind of stuff, but I mean, that's very commendable. He's had some of his former players come in and talk well about him, and you know, so I mean, he's got a good following with that, so that's good, and we're glad to have him. That's
great, and that's right here locally.
Yes.
And that's a big deal. That's a big job. Both of these are, being a coach and being a car salesman.
Well, dedication. I mean, and these. I mean, I know that these guys, you know, the dedication that they have with the kids and the players, and just, you know, I'm sure that's just very commendable, because obviously, you know, there's so many different types of families and kids and stuff like that now, and you know, that type of I think atmosphere for them is. A lot of kids, you know, in certain areas, I mean, they don't have anything else. It's either that or they get themselves in trouble. Mm-hmm. And when you can tie yourself into stuff like this, and you have people who they can look up to, you know, with family and stuff like that, not there for them. You know, some people don't have parents, you know, like both parents or whatever, and then these guys kind of fill in for that because that's all they know. So I mean, that's a huge thing. Now, you know, obviously, I'm not going to sit there and pretend like that's the type of, you know, atmosphere I grew up in. I had my mom and dad, and you know, my kids have my mom and dad. So I mean, I don't know how to actually compare myself, but I just know that you hear a lot about that, you know. So I mean, and then I know the dedication and the work that these guys put in. I know is very, very, very good. So
absolutely, coaches can wear many hats.
Oh, absolutely,
and we appreciate them for doing so. So I'm looking forward to hearing that, because I don't really know much about football, and
that'd even be better for you to ask the questions and win it.
Maybe so. Maybe I could learn, but I might hop off and let you let them join you.
Okay.
This morning here in a moment. But before we get to our guest, I want to talk about today is the last day of the month.
It is. It is the last day of the month. We've had a pretty decent month for January, even though we've fought some battles with the weather. Again, it's starting off a little chilly this morning, but I think it's supposed to clear up, and I think you know, it's supposed to be sunny, and it's supposed to be nice the rest of the week, the way I understand it. So maybe we'll get out of this little bit of a rut of waking up and seeing all this rain and stuff.
I hope so. I'm ready.
But obviously, we have somebody that's going to tell us the weather, so I don't have to do that.
Yes,
so,
our Lacey Claus. Yeah, we go to break. She'll definitely
we don't have to worry
us.
about that. So I'll get off of that trend. But I mean, it's a good thing. I mean, you know, especially once you start getting closer to the springtime and things like that, you start coming towards, you know, people. It gets warmer out, and people start feeling better, and you know, I mean, it makes business better for all of us. So we're all looking forward to that.
Well, if somebody is a little weary of the weather, you always have to figure out how your vehicle drives in all weather conditions. And your sales staff makes it very easy. If somebody wants to take a test drive and doesn't want to go stand out on the lot, they'll bring the vehicle right around to that VIP slot, parking place right there, and have the vehicle warmed up and the heat on, and if the vehicle has heated seats, they'll have those on too.
Yeah, that's right.
So that you can test drive in comfort.
Yeah, and again, today will be a big push. I mean, we should have a good day. We have some appointments coming in today to really take advantage of everything that's going on, and you know, I mean, there's not a whole lot different between the first and the last, but I mean, we do need to sell cars today. We need to sell cars every day of the month. But obviously, ending up the month and finishing everything up, we just have to have a big push. I know we got a good day scheduled in service, but they do still have openings back there. I talked to a lady on the phone yesterday, and you'll like this one. She called in and she wanted to come in and look at one of the used Tahoes. But the only thing that was stopping her was that she had an appointment this morning at 10 o'clock to go get her taxes done. Oh. So how do you think that worked out?
Oh,
so
wow.
I passed her along to the young lady back there in the back, and she talked to her. So instead of having to go to 2 different places today, now she's just going to come here and she can do the taxes back there before she does anything else, and then she'll kind of have an idea of what money she wants to put down. And we're able to help her out with both sides, and she was very surprised. I mean, because she wasn't, she didn't know about that. So that's really the first one that I've been able to do that with. So I mean, that was kind of interesting yesterday. That worked out real well.
Yeah, and if you aren't sure exactly what Ed is talking about, let us remind you there is a tax professional in-house daily that can assist you with your taxes. So you can give a call, set an appointment. If you are, like Ed said, if you're looking for a vehicle, but you have to figure out, I've got a lot of things to do in one day. I've got to get my taxes done, and I want to do this. You can do it all right here from the dealership. And so let's show that graphic so people are aware on how to call in, and that's Mr. Mac's Tax Services. Again, they will be here daily helping you with taxes. It is best to go ahead and set an appointment. That way you know that you have that appointment and you don't have to wait.
Well, and they're in and out too, because I think he said they had 4 other operations.
Multiple
yeah,
locations.
so I mean they're juggling back and forth right now, because some of them are busier and stuff like that, because certain areas are just people are taking advantage of the early tax season. So but they'll meet you here. We actually had a police officer yesterday who came in. All he did was just come in and just did his taxes, but because of the location and stuff like that, it was easier for him to come in and do that, and he was able to just come in and work that out. So I mean, that worked out really well. And again, you don't have to buy a car to or do anything here at the dealership to take advantage of that, but the benefit and the convenience of all that being here is just kind of puts it all right here for you, so you don't have to jump all over the place.
Absolutely, save time. And this is such a busy street. This is one
busy.
of the highest driven road. Traffic.
Yeah, I mean, all day long you just sit here and watch the traffic that goes up and down the street. I mean, it's very, very busy.
Yeah, well, we encourage you to pull in and take a look at the inventory and meet the new sales staff and the new management. Because as we like to say, this dealership, the building itself has been here for quite some time, but we're under new management and we do have some faces here that you'll recognize that have been here for a long time, like our trusted sales consultants like J.J. Johnson.
Right.
But then we also have a lot of new folks here. So make sure to stop in and say hello, check out the inventory, see what they have to offer, get your taxes done, get your vehicle serviced. Come in for a nice warm hot cup of Joe Bell coffee and some licking good donuts if they're still here, if all the blueberries aren't taken.
Yeah, that's going to be.
That's the favorite.
Yeah, that's everybody's favorite. There's no doubt about that.
Well, all right. So, I think we are going to go check out what the weather is going to be today. And then hear a little word from some of our other sponsors. And we will have Coach Rico Jackson join us, and Coach Rantron Allen when we come back. So please stay tuned. You're watching Ride and Shine Cruising Mornings at Greenway CDJR right here in Anniston. We will be right back.
Good morning, everyone. Today it is only getting up to 52 degrees, and tonight it is getting down to 31 degrees, so everyone bundle up. But luckily, it's going to warm up a little bit the next couple of days. Tomorrow, it's going to get up to 58 degrees, and then Friday, it's getting all the way up to 64 degrees, and we'll have no chance of rain on any of these days. I'm Lacey Klontz with your TV24 weather.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway Cluster, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes, nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today.
We need strength, resilience, and hope to face life challenges. And I found all three at Gaston State Community College. I'm Jada Pickens, an office administration student at Gaston State's Ayers campus in Anniston. Along with attending classes, I work full-time. Life is very demanding. There's a real sense of support at Gaston State. The faculty and staff care about us as individuals and want us to thrive in the classroom and in life. Thank you, Gaston State, for giving me the wings to fly to new, unexpected heights.
Bama Sheds and Pole Barns, locally and family owned with the best customer service. Custom built to fit your needs with free delivery and setup. Design and price online or stop by and see what we can do for you. Nobody beats our prices and nobody beats our quality. Built in Alabama, made in Alabama. BamaSheds.com.
At Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway Classes, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes, nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today.
Good morning and welcome back to Ride and Shine Cruising Mornings at Greenway CDJR right here in Anniston, Alabama. I'm Courtney and I'm joined by Ed Powell, who will be conducting some interviews today. I know we have some special guests in the house. We have two faces. I don't know if you really need an introduction, but I'm going to. From Anniston Middle School, Coach Rantron Allen, who also is a sales consultant right here at Greenway CDJR. And also joining us is Coach Rico Jackson, the head coach of Anniston High School football team. So today we're going to be talking football. So I am going to hand the mic over to Coach Jackson here, and let's hear a little bit about the football team and what's going on in Anniston, and just tell us all about it. So I'm going to trade off right here, and here you go. There we go.
You guys ready?
All right, guys.
Well, here we go. This is going to be fun here. Well, Coach, you want to start off by telling us a little bit about how last season went and what we got to look forward to this year coming up, and just kind of how it all works out and the preparation and everything for us.
Oh, no problem. Last year we finished 6-4. Went to the first round of playoffs, got beat. I felt like it was a good year. Could have been better. The kids they responded well to some adversity, and we won some big games, and we actually had a chance to win the playoff game, and we fell through at the end. So got a lot of kids back.
We started back this year?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Started quite a few 10th graders.
Oh.
So we got a lot of kids. We're excited about the upcoming year. The kids are actually working hard right now. They're in the weight room grinding. So, like you said earlier, it's like it's a year-round process.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I mean, it's a lot different. I mean, showing my age, but I mean, it's a lot different now. And I mean, I'm not going to go into that, but anyway, I mean, the difference between now and what it was even 10 years ago. I mean, as far as sports and athletics and stuff like that. As far as people just kind of, I don't necessarily say that they dedicate themselves just to one sport, but you do see a lot more of that. People just focusing on one sport more than playing more than multiple sports. Is that correct? Or
you do, and I fight against that. I think kids need multiple sports help them become better athletes. It works on different parts, motor skills. It works on different parts of their body, and it also give them a break. I feel like the grind can be really long, but just playing multiple sports.
I mean, when you start at the beginning of summer, or no? I mean, it would be at the end of the school year, right?
Right. So May is spring. Right after May, you start summer training. So it's for football, it's nonstop. But we also work well with our basketball team, baseball team, track team, our track team.
So you guys understand, the importance of, like you just said, of playing the different sports and playing, getting a little more versed, I guess, right now. So, and that's big. That's big for some of the kids, because some of the kids, want to play baseball, want to play football, and they just, they don't want to feel uncomfortable, like they'll get punished if they don't.
That's
so,
right.
And that's a good thing. So coming back with some of the younger kids, that's going to be a good stepping stone going forward for next year, correct?
It's huge. We got a brand new region, so they put us in 4A North. So we're playing some different teams. We got a lot of great things going. We're getting a new turf field.
Oh.
They're currently working on it at the stadium.
That's big.
We're actually getting multiple sets of helmets. I mean, we have a lot of great things going in Anniston. The next step, though, is signing day, which is next week.
Oh, okay.
So we'll have 5 or 6 kids sign and go play.
Oh, do you really?
football.
Okay,
yes.
well, that's good. So,
yes.
I mean, that's huge for a lot of people too. I mean, when they get the opportunity to go to the next level and play.
No doubt.
Plus the schooling. I mean, which is something I'm sure you guys focus on quite a bit down there too. Is making sure that the schooling fits in, because how many people actually move on after college? I mean, that's what a lot of people don't understand. I mean, I know that when we were all kids, I mean, we're going to play professional whatever, and stuff like that, and then you don't, and then you can't even read and write. So I mean,
you still can selling cars.
Yeah, well, yeah, there you go. So there you go. We have a perfect example, right? So let's talk about that. Selling cars, mixing with the coaching of the football and stuff like that. I mean, how are you able to juggle stuff like that?
I change my hat several times a day, boss.
Okay.
Just got to be a man. I'm just a man of the community. I live and breathe through my community. I love our youth. I've been involved with the youth several years here, so actually it's always been one of my biggest passions. The kids, they love me just like I love them. So yes.
Well, and the other thing, like we were talking about earlier, I mean, a lot of your customers and clientele that come in are people who you previously maybe coached, family members of people who you previously coached, and things of that sort. So like you're saying, being involved in the community and things of that sort goes all the way with the high school and everything. I mean, these guys trust you, and they put their faith in you, even now coming back and buying cars, not just with football and stuff like that, but as their lives progress, they know that they can come talk to you, and it's not just because they're football players.
You're right.
It's because they have somebody that they look up to. They see how you guys have made your lives look and everything like that, and that's a big thing. I mean, and going back to what we're trying to do as far as the community, get involved with the community and things like that, support from a dealership that is able to give back a little bit to the community, and then they come back and give back to you guys. I mean, that's a big thing. I mean, wouldn't you say? I mean,
it's huge.
I mean, because I've sat there and watched these kids. I mean, they come in, they can't wait to come in and see you. You know what I mean? And the parents and the family and stuff like that. And I'm sure you, Coach, you get the same thing. Of kids, maybe after you get them off to college and things like that. I mean, that doesn't stop there, right?
Yeah, my phone number has changed in 20 years.
Right.
So I have kids calling me. Actually, I got a call one today. He wants to be a coach, so I got to walk through the process. So it's a relationship that never stops.
And it's a trust that never stops. I mean, that they put their trust in you, just like you guys put your trust in them to help advance the careers and stuff like that. Obviously, football is kind of like like selling cars. It's a produce. You got to produce.
You got to produce.
Because if you don't produce,
you're right.
Well, you know what happened. I mean,
No
we
doubt.
all know what the alternative is at that point. I wouldn't be sitting in this chair. You wouldn't be sitting in that chair, and obviously you wouldn't be coaching football.
Right.
But again, it's how the people trust, and the same thing in car business. I mean, if you don't trust the people who are in charge and people who are leading, you don't have the confidence of what we can do. Just like the community doesn't have confidence sending their kids to the school, with you or with you and stuff like that. I mean, it's just. I mean, I don't mean to rattle off, but I mean, I do know how important that is because I had 5 kids. I still have 5 kids, but I mean, I two of my older boys, they played football.
Okay.
And up in St. Louis. I mean, that's where we're from, and they I mean, it was a pretty good size school and stuff like that, and they actually got a state championship ring.
Oh, wow.
They both played. My one was a senior and my one was a sophomore, so it was Class 5 football team up there in St. Louis, and they both got state championship rings. So that was pretty cool. I mean, now granted, I mean, they had some very good players. A couple of the kids went to Ohio State. And I think one of them actually got picked up. He's playing pro ball now. But I mean, anyway, let's get back to you guys. I mean, as far as next year and stuff like that, you said it's a new district.
Yeah. So we're in Class 4A, which is kind of in the middle. You have 1 through 7A, so we're in the middle.
Oh, okay.
It goes by the size of your school.
Correct.
And now we're in a whole new region, so we're playing different teams: Cherokee County, Etowah, these more regional teams that are closer to us.
Is it because you guys grew in size, or is it because of
It's
were you 4A? Well, I mean,
we're 4A last year, so every 2 years they do a reclassification where they mix the teams back up again.
Okay. So it just kind of gives you a little bit more of a, not that you don't see the same people every year or something like that. Would that be?
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Okay.
Kind of, sort of. It kind of depends on how schools grow and how schools get smaller. Some schools get smaller, so they clash you as far as.
And how would you say that, like with you two, I mean, I know that it starts in the middle school, and that's how we, develop, going up to the high school level.
Right.
Is it kind of the same mindset, like your set, with Coach here, or, I mean, is it, I mean, I know that, being younger, you got to get a little bit more, I don't know, discipline's the right word, but you got to, I mean, they got to learn certain things before they can get to the next high school level,
Right.
so that way they're not, you're helping him out, basically.
Basically, my job is I set the foundation. I try to install in them a winning mentality and of course, to trust their teammates and camaraderie and brotherhood amongst each other. So once we get the foundation laid, then it's all uphill for Coach. He don't have to go back and teach the basics. He don't have to go back and show all the little things that take a lot of time. They already geared up and ready to go.
And again, like, I mean, that obviously builds a good set for you, so that way,
Right.
You can keep advancing it. I mean, to build that program. So I mean, and like you said, I mean, you got a lot of younger guys this year. So going forward in the next couple years, I mean, your expectations are probably pretty strong.
Yeah, they're through the roof.
Right,
I mean,
right.
we want to get one of those rings that you're.
No, no, exactly.
That's what we shoot
Well,
for.
and that's what everybody does. I mean,
Right.
and that's the importance. But I guess that all starts right there where you're at. I mean, the framework.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely the framework starts at the middle school. I mean, it's just, a lot of time it's just getting them in the correct routine, taking care of their bodies, et cetera, things of that nature, being held accountable, learning the job that they have to do, and being able to trust their teammates. A lot of stuff like that is important when you're building a state championship team. It definitely starts at the bottom.
Right.
So those things are very important going forward.
Well, coming back for the kids that are going to college, how important is that for people to see that type of thing coming from a school that you can turn around and you're going to send, what you said, 5 or 6 kids that are
Right.
going to sign for next year.
It's huge. Like next week, I already talked to my principal about it. We'll have the whole football team watching signing day. It's just it's a motivational factor where it doesn't matter where you're at. You can go to school and you can go play football. The last couple of years, Anderson has had kids play at Auburn, Alabama, all over.
Well, how big of a deal is that for in this state? To be
Right.
at Alabama or Auburn. I mean,
War Eagle.
that really sets
Yes, sir.
the trend for every moving forward. But I mean, that's huge. I mean, them are big schools. I mean, that isn't
Right.
that's not just little schools that something like
Right.
that. I mean, these guys live and die. Alabama or Auburn. I mean, and that's a big thing. I mean, I know how big that is. But moving forward, for the kids down the road though to see that kind of thing, how important is that for also the coaches who are recruiting, that they know that you're producing them type of players?
It's huge. Like, we stay flooded with recruiters. They come, they know we have football players in Anniston, and we try to promote our kids the best way we can. And now we live in the era of transfer portal and kids jumping schools. And
is that big still in high school too?
It's huge in high school.
Oh, is it really?
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but our message is that you can go anywhere from Anniston. I mean, you don't have to go to another school. You can do it right here.
Okay.
And
I'm sure the more you show and the more production that you get from your team, obviously is going to limit people from wanting to leave and go to different schools. So, I mean, as far as like going back to what you were saying with the people, for the kids to see the people coming in, recruiting, the kids and stuff like that. I mean, how big of a deal is that?
It's huge. It actually motivates them. Our kids are really competitive as far as their grades. When we pass our report cards, they come find me, Coach, I need my report card. So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been to schools where they don't want the report card. They don't want to tell their parents about it.
Please don't hand the report cards out. Yeah, no, I understand that. And going back to with your, I mean, to implement the process of getting good grades.
Yeah, we just basically, I preach and teach that they're student athletes, with student being first, and that's part of the foundation. So basically, that is set in stone. I'm real big on behavior and grades. Like, if you can't act right in class, I can't take you on a road game. If you can't get
Why would that be so important? Why would behavior be so important?
Discipline is important, period. Discipline. If I can't trust you to do the right thing at all times, I can't trust you to cover this receiver at all times. You may turn your hips the wrong way. It's just all about discipline.
And with the discipline, I'm sure in the high school level too. I mean, it's got to be something that these guys are representing you guys.
Right.
So I mean, if you guys can't trust them to act right when not only when they're with you, but when they go outside of the area, I mean that's got to be. I mean, I'm not saying it's really a reflection, but I mean they're representing Anniston. So I mean, and that's a big thing. I mean, you don't want to get that out in the community that, hey, look at these guys, they get in trouble, they start trouble, all this kind of stuff. I mean, and like you said, getting that discipline from the beginning, down at the lower end is going to do nothing but advance them at the top.
No doubt.
So, if you guys don't mind staying with us, I mean, we'd like to continue this talk here in just a minute, but I do believe that we're going to have to go to a break, and they'll get to see you when we come back. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
Good morning, everyone. Today it is only getting up to 52 degrees, and tonight it is getting down to 31 degrees, so everyone bundle up. But luckily, it's going to warm up a little bit the next couple of days. Tomorrow, it's going to get up to 58 degrees, and then Friday, it's getting all the way up to 64 degrees, and we'll have no chance of rain on any of these days. I'm Lacey Klontz with your TV24 weather.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway Classes, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today.
You need strength, resilience, and hope to face life challenges. And I found all three at Gaston State Community College. I'm Jada Pickens, an office administration student at Gaston State's Ayers campus in Anniston. Along with attending classes, I work full-time. Life is very demanding. There's a real sense of support at Gaston State. The faculty and staff care about us as individuals and want us to thrive in the classroom and in life. Thank you, Gaston State, for giving me the wings to fly to new, unexpected heights.
At Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway Classes, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today. Welcome back to Ride and Shine Cruising Mornings here at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram here in Anniston, Alabama. We're here today with the coaches from Anniston High School and coach from Anniston Middle School. And going back to what we were talking about just before, Coach, you said something about the signing day.
Right.
But the growth that you guys have experienced and things of that sort, I mean, is that something that has really helped in your establishment?
Yeah, I'm just really proud of the growth we've had at Anniston as far as the educational component. Shout out to my principal, Mr. Posey, Philip Posey. We went from the failing school list to now we're not on the failing school list. I think our grade is, we're 70 something now.
Okay.
Which is outstanding. It's very hard to do.
Right.
And I feel like next year we may be even in the B range. So that helps with recruiting. That helps with the image of the school. That helps with just kids having pride in their school. So.
Well, I'm sure that helps them going to college too, like what you're saying. I mean, yeah, talent's one thing, but you got to also have the grades. Otherwise, you're not going to get into schools like Alabama, Auburn, stuff like that. That doesn't. That's not going to be something that's going to be possible. And again, I hate to keep tying all this in, but I mean, wouldn't you think that would have a lot to do with the discipline that you get in the middle school?
Yes.
Guys working down there to make sure that the grades are very important. As far as setting examples for how they're supposed to act, how people are supposed to act, and coming up to you guys, and then you guys just following through with that at that point. I mean, that's got to be a big thing, and again, that's got to be also something that's going to help you, gain more people and more students and stuff like that, and then more talent. I mean, I would think over the period of time, if they know they can come there and get the education that they need.
Agree, it's huge. It all ties in from our superintendent, Dr. Hill, to our principal, to the middle school, to the transportation director. Everything has to work together in order to have success.
Right.
And I feel like everybody's working pretty well together, and we're having some success, but we're ready to take it to the next level.
Right. And how about you, Coach? I mean, have you been able to tell the difference? I mean, between I guess not difference, but the progression that you guys see going towards the high school?
Yes, sir, definitely. I just had a kid this year, a 7th grader, actually score on the 10th grade level in the math portion of his testing. Have some real talented, smart kids. Their talent level is not only our concern,
Right.
The education is very, very important.
Well, and I think that's also something that, like what we've talked about too, you have to prepare yourself for beyond football. Maybe some of them do make it, but again, how long does a football career really last, even when you're in the professional level?
Exactly.
You have to be able to I mean, there's a lot of times that you see stories, where people make the money and then 4 or 5 years later they're broke and don't know what to do. I mean, and that's probably more of a tragedy than it is anything else. I mean, you get to that point and you set yourself up, but then you don't know how to handle it because you just don't have that. I mean, it more than anything, maybe the peers to show you or discipline or things of that sort. I mean, that's got to be a huge asset for you guys.
Yes, sir, definitely. Just being able to make an impact on their life in a positive manner, teaching them life skills, that's probably the most pleasure you get out of being a coach. I mean, it's not about the wins and losses. It's about the smiles on their face when they have made it to the next level. So I always look at that as a plus going forward for a coach. It's not all about X's and O's. It's about life skills. We teach them how to come from boys to be men. So yeah, that's definitely one of the things.
And then you coach, on the other hand, take them from men to then the wins they do count, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
count.
somewhere along the lines, them wins are going to start counting, and the losses are going to start counting. You know, like we talked about. But I mean, I think that it makes it probably easier for you guys, you know, because if you have the trust in them, like they have the trust in you, you know, it makes a big pact, and that comes all the way from you all the way up. I mean, they're in that system that whole time. I mean, that's got to be a big deal, right?
And you're right, and I pick up on what he said. Like, it's almost compartmentalizing. And we teach them how to win. I mean, because in life, it's going to be winners and it's going to be losers.
That's exactly right.
And you're going to have to go and get what you want. So that's part of teaching them how to be a young man growing to manhood. You know, it's a Bible verse. And God says, if you know you're gonna run the race, run it to win it, and that's what we're doing.
Well, and I think you know, I don't want to say that it's gotten lazier, but I think that, you know, as long as I've been doing what I've been doing and things of that sort, I mean, you can see the transformation between people who are just content with daily life. You know, oh, I'm okay with this. This is just going to be the way it's going to be. And then you can see the people who come in and they want to take off. Just because I'm from here or from, you know, doing this or doing that, that's not an excuse for me not to be successful. I would have to think that that's got to be the same thing with you guys. I mean, just be content. If I get to play, I get to play. If I don't get to play, you know, it is what it is. I mean, I'm still part of a team. That's not the type of mentality. I know that we don't preach here, and I don't think that, you know, that would be the type of mentality that you guys preach, but I mean, I see more of it out there nowadays and I think that, I don't know if it's just accepting things, but I mean, it you know, like you're saying, you know, you teach them how to win.
Right.
Because winning and losing is something that happens.
Right.
I mean, it's there. Right. I mean, you're going to win and you're going to lose, and when you lose, it's not okay.
Right.
But I think that the mentality of I'm just part of it, and you know, okay, well, we lost. No, that's not how things should be. Now, I'm not saying you know, go to extremes and you know, start screaming at people because you lose. But I mean, but you know, that's the life that we live. I mean, if you lose in this business right here, you don't make any money.
Right.
If we don't get people to transition into the service department, if we don't get people to come in and buy cars, we don't make any money. That's not something that we just. It's okay. Right. Same thing in football. I mean, if you miss a block, guess what? You know what happens. Right. You don't miss a tackle. You don't win the championship. I mean, you don't win the playoff game. So I mean, there's a lot of things that, and you got to be able to trust them. You know, him trusting you trusting him. I mean, all that kind of stuff. And that's the same thing in this business. Yes, we're isolated to a certain extent, but we got to be able to trust our service department. We got to be able to trust everybody in here. And right now, that's why we're trying to get back into the community as much as we're doing. You know, so I mean, I don't want to take away from you guys, but I mean, it just, you know, made me think of that. You know, I mean, it's just complacency that you see out there nowadays. And if that's the case, then people are going to be okay getting season grades. They're going to be okay, you know, 6 and 4. They're going to be okay at, you know, whatever the case is, and that doesn't help anybody progress.
Well, I am so motivated. Like, you know, we had I hate to say a good year, I guess, but I'm motivated to do better. So like, I'm pushing that toward the kids. Like, we have to be better.
Because it's not complacent. I mean, you're not okay. You don't accept.
I don't accept that.
6 and 4.
Right.
Right. You want like you said, you want the ring on your hand.
Bottom line.
And that's what it's all about. And you can't win if you can't get a ring if you don't win.
Bottom line.
That's 100%. I mean, and the kids can't win if they don't all stick together and they're not disciplined and they don't take care of what they're supposed to in school.
That's correct.
So I mean, I commend what you guys do. I mean, I really do, because to put yourself in front of all these kids, you know, I know how it is to have my kids at home and trying to get them to even take the trash out. You guys are trying to, you know, put a whole thing together, and that's a very commendable thing, because you do have some people and I don't know numbers, and I'm not going to try to pretend like I do, but you know, people who don't have, you know, come from single parents or don't have everything that they should have, and you know, things of that sort. I mean, that's got to be tough.
Go ahead, no matter.
I mean, it is, you know, but that doesn't define you. It's teaching them how to everybody has adverse situations, and that's the great thing about football. Football is a microcosm of life. You have to work with big, fat, slow, black, white, green, and you have to work together for a common goal. And just because you're at this point now, that doesn't mean you'll be at this point next year. So that's the same thing about kids that come from single-parent family homes, or kids that live in poverty situations, or kids that come from a mansion, or they're wealthy, or whatever the case may be. You all have to work together, and that doesn't define who you are. The biggest thing that we face, that even my kid, my own son, is identity. Be who you are, no matter where you come from, no matter if you got a silver spoon or you got a wooden spoon. Don't let that define you, and work together for a common goal.
Well, and that's why you're building what you're building, and,
Right.
and I'm sure that's the same in your spot, Coach. I mean, I'm sure you can speak on that too, because I've seen, again, people come in and they're with their mom, or hey, Coach, and all this kind of stuff. I mean, they pick you out because of what you've done for them. And I'm sure you have the same thing. I've not known you very long, and
Right.
he's here with me every day. But I mean, I'm sure you guys see that on a regular basis. These guys coming in and coming back and appreciating what you've set them up to do, and for future. I mean, all their endeavors and moving forward.
One thing I learned going forward is that kids actually want to be disciplined. They actually want to be taught the correct things to do. So when you have a child that's accepting discipline and coaching and all that, then you really have a good group of kids that's coming up, because if you don't tell them right from wrong, then they'll never be able to trust you. And all this, even when, I'll be a salesman for a second, even with making a big purchase, buying a car, you want to deal with somebody you know, somebody you trust, somebody you feel like is not going to give you a wrong end of the deal. So that's the same way with coaches. We have to earn trust daily, yearly.
Yep.
So it's like one of those things that you always up against. And once you've been coaching for a while, you kind of learn, how to deal with different kinds of kids, different things. And sometimes it gets to be, sometimes it's a little challenging as well. You have kids that don't have father figures that love you like you was their dad, and you can't do anything to let them down, or what you're doing is false from the beginning.
Right. No, I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, what do you think about that, Coach?
Same thing, I agree. I mean, it's a standard for us to uphold. I have a sign on my desk, and basically, in paraphrasing, the sign is, you lead by example, because they're watching you. I mean, it's certain things that I want to do that I can't do, and certain things that I have to do. Some things that I don't want to do, I have to do
Right.
for them. So we're leaders of young men, and we're pushing them to be better, and we're pushing them to be successful. And
Well, in that sense too, like you said, you're constantly being watched,
Right.
and you can't lead if you don't have people to lead, and if you don't get their respect, and that's what I found in this business. I mean, if you don't have people's respect, you're done. I mean,
You're
you
done.
can go and yell and holler and scream all the time, all you want.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, I mean, if you don't have somebody's respect, you're not a leader. I mean, in my mind.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree.
So, in saying that, I mean, you guys are going to stick around for the end of the deal? I think Courtney's going to ask a couple questions on this one.
Okay.
So yeah. So when we get back with the sponsors and everything, then we'll give you guys the end of the show, and we'll keep on rolling. How's that sound?
Sound good.
Good morning, everyone. Today it is only getting up to 52 degrees, and tonight it is getting down to 31 degrees, so everyone bundle up. But luckily, it's going to warm up a little bit the next couple of days. Tomorrow, it's going to get up to 58 degrees, and then Friday, it's getting all the way up to 64 degrees, and we'll have no chance of rain on any of these days. I'm Lacey Klontz with your TV24 weather.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway Classes, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes, nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today.
you need strength, resilience, and hope to face life challenges. And I found all 3 at Gaston State Community College. I'm Jada Pickens, an office administration student at Gaston State's Ayers campus in Anniston. Along with attending classes, I work full-time. Life is very demanding. There's a real sense of support at Gaston State. The faculty and staff care about us as individuals and want us to thrive in the classroom and in life. Thank you, Gaston State, for giving me the wings to fly to new, unexpected heights.
Welcome back to Ride and Shine Cruising Mornings here at Greenway Auto here in Anniston, Alabama. I'm here this morning with the coaches from Anniston, and we were having actually some pretty good conversation, I think, in regards to student athletes and the performance of the Anniston High School and also the Anniston Middle School and how they're upcoming and everything like that. How if people wanted to get involved with support and maybe like sponsoring and things of that sort, maybe to help out with the football program, to really help you guys get to the next level, how would somebody would do that?
Man, we have an open door policy. Just come to the high school.
Okay.
You can ask for Coach Jackson.
Okay.
And I'll make myself available.
Okay.
We need as much help as possible. We're really pushing the program forward. And at the end of the day, it's all for the kids. So
Right.
we're pushing everything toward our children, and we want them to be successful. If Mountain Brook, Hoover, Oxford, the bigger schools can have it, we can too, and our kids deserve it as well. So we're really pushing that envelope.
Okay. How about at the middle school? Do you guys get the same kind of support that maybe the high school does, or how does that work for you?
I have been fortunate to be blessed with some of the best parents
Oh, okay. Good.
that the city can ask for. My parents take good care of me and the kids. They usually do everything they want, and Coach Jackson does a great job of making sure that he provides us with everything that we need. We have to get it from them. So everything that we get, it comes from Coach Jackson.
So we need to do a little bit more supporting of the high school, so that way they're able to transfer some stuff down to you guys.
Yes, sir.
Is that something? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's definitely something that Greenway would be very interested in doing. I mean, we would very much like to get involved with the community and helping Anniston with some of the sponsorships and stuff like that. So I mean, that would be something that we can definitely talk about, and we would be very interested in doing, because I think what you guys are doing is outstanding. Again, it's a very commendable situation, with the kids, with all the teachers down there at the school. Like you said, getting the grades to advance the way they are and things of that sort. I mean, how nice is that for the community, and how much better of a community is that going to make with people, having that kind of opportunity to come to school in Anniston and get the same kind of education as some of the other schools that you were mentioning from around the area. I mean, that's great. I mean, that really is that's outstanding, I think. And if I had littler kids, which I don't want no more little kids, but anyway, I'm just saying that, why would you not want to get into a community that's upcoming and growing and things of that sort, and have the opportunity to come and participate in your type of environment. I mean, and you guys need, like you said, support. You need support, so that way you're able to support your middle school. So I mean, that's something that we would really like to do. I mean,
awesome.
at Greenway. So we want to do that. We want to be involved with that and really get involved with you guys. I mean, that's sitting here listening to it. It's very, very exciting for us.
Awesome.
I think that's something that could very much advance our career. And for you to not only be coaching but also selling cars. What do you got planned for today?
I'm giving away. Now, I mean, it's a great day to come buy a car. I mean, I'll be here all day. I'll be making deals left and right. I'm gonna always put you in the game because I am your coach. So come on down and see me today. I got a few deals. I think Ed's gonna let me give away a car.
Yeah, definitely gonna do that.
Ed's gonna let me give away a car a little later. So I'm gonna give away one here in just a little while. You guys stay tuned for that. And tune in to my social media pages on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. I'll be giving away a car here in just a little while, maybe a truck.
Right.
So you guys just stay tuned for that.
again, I mean, you know, when is that next week? The signing
Day
day?
is February 7th. So it's 2 different signing days. It's one in December, it's early signing period. So
Okay.
now this is the one that's the main one is next week.
So when you say main one, I mean, if people out there are listening.
So it's our second signing day. It's usually the biggest one. A lot of kids sign on that one. We actually have a kid that's already enrolled in Tulane.
Oh.
He left in December. He was an early grad.
Okay.
So a lot of those kids, he may come back depending on his schedule. We have some other kids that they're going to sign.
So when you say that he's already early enrolled, that means he's already graduated from high school.
He's already graduated. We have that ability at Anderson High School, so you can graduate early. He's early enrolled. He's already practicing with them, training with them.
So then he gets in there early.
Yes.
So then he's going to have the opportunity to graduate from college maybe a little bit earlier too.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay.
He may graduate in 3 years.
Oh,
That's
look at
it.
that. I mean,
Yes, sir.
that's great. That's great.
He's another one of our student athletes, phenomenal athlete, but a phenomenal student too.
Obviously, I mean, you know, you got to be
GPA.
pretty much on it to be able
Like a
to do that
3.8
type of-
GPA.
Right,
Yeah.
that's outstanding. Yeah, that's really good. So next week they'll be signing to go to college, and so then the next thing that you'd have to look forward to with something like that would be next December, is what you're saying. Is that correct? Okay.
Correct. So recruiters are coming now. Actually, Clemson's coming by today.
Oh, wow.
He called me last night.
Oh, wow.
So
Look at that.
they're coming by and they're preparing for the class of 25 and the class of 26 and 27.
So that's your kids that are coming back.
They're
from
coming
that-
up.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So just because it's they're coming by, like say they're a junior and they're not going to graduate next year, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not getting recruited or getting looked at. Correct.
I have a freshman getting recruited right now.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Yeah.
so they're on there early.
Right. Okay. So that I mean, I just so people, you know, some people don't know that and things of that sort. But I mean, that goes on from the beginning. I mean, that could go on from their freshman year all the way up to
Correct.
senior year. Correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think that you know, that's outstanding, and you know, again, we wish football was right around the corner. But I mean,
Right.
before you know it, I mean, I'm sure that we're going to be kicking off and be out there ready to go and be up. Who's the first game this year?
So we play a team called Beauregard. They're out of Opelika. They're coming here.
Oh, okay.
And they're 5A, but I feel like it's going to be a really good game on the new turf.
Yeah.
The new bleachers.
So everything will be new this
It'll
year.
be
coming
brand
in?
new.
Oh wow.
We're feeling like we're going to have a good team. We're working for a great team.
Right.
And we're excited about the upcoming season. We
Okay.
feel like we have a chance.
When is the season start?
The first game is August the 30th, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
So end of August would be probably
Right.
safe to say. Okay. And then for you, who do you play?
My first game is Talladega,
Okay.
I think it's September.
September
Yeah, like
the
7 weeks.
second,
Okay.
third, something like
So you
that.
play a little
yeah.
bit after the
Yeah.
Right.
varsity does. Okay.
Yes, sir. We'll be here at Anderson too. We'll be at the Dog Pound.
Okay. Well, I mean that'll be great. I mean,
Yes,
especially
sir.
with the new turf and the new stadium and everything like that. That's got to
doubt.
be exciting too.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
It
The kids excited. I'm excited.
Right.
I feel
My
like we're going to have a
shoes
good team.
Fans will be excited. I
My
mean-
shoes won't keep getting dirty.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. The ones you had on the other day. Is
Yeah,
that
you
you
like
tell everybody about that?
Yeah. He hates because I'm cute.
I
It's
know.
okay.
He's got his SpongeBob tennis shoes on. So, what else we got?
I'm selling cars today. Did I say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
We
definitely.
are. We're gonna have a good day selling cars.
I'm selling
and,
cars
and,
today.
and to have coach in the one too. I mean,
Yeah,
we
I'm
got,
definitely going to give away a car
We
here.
got him
in
in.
a little while.
You're driving a 1500 Ram?
Yes.
Yes.
You know what's crazy? I love Dodge.
Oh, do you?
I had a Dodge Charge, 2 Dodge
Oh,
Chargers.
okay.
Before I switched over to, I'm not going to say that name. But, so
Yeah. Please don't.
No.
We don't need negativity.
No.
Coach
But,
got bougie.
Oh, you got Mercedes,
But I love-
BMW, something like that. Yeah.
But I love the Dodge. I mean, I think, I love my Chargers.
Yeah.
They were my baby. So
Yeah.
Well, good. Now you get to drive a 1500 around and see how you like that. And
Yes, sir.
Get you out of your little bougie car.
that's right. I'll park and let it sleep for a little
Yeah,
bit.
that's right. That's right.
Before I forget, we are definitely here at Greenway. We're involved in the citywide spelling bee
Oh, that's
that they're
right, yeah.
having Thursday at the middle school. I'll be there. I'm gonna bless the winners, the people that coming out to support them. I'm gonna do something big for the kids there that day. So if you don't have anything to do, like come out to the middle school that day for the spelling bee. That's big support for those kids.
No doubt.
It's not all about sports and throwing the ball and hitting the ball. You know, these kids actually going to go up here and compete with their brains. So I'm proud of the people that are involved in that as well.
Well, and it's, again, that's given back to the school in a way that, you know, for not only sports but also, you know, to help, you know, make grades a big deal in academics. I mean, that's they can see that they can get things for that. I mean, that's going to be a big ordeal too. So I mean, that's we're glad to do that.
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, that's a big thing.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I know we're having a lot of fun, but it is time. It is almost 8:30 this morning.
Oh, wow.
You believe it?
Yes.
Well,
Get this off.
well, we want to thank everyone for tuning in, and we want to thank our special guest, these coaches, for taking their time to be here and visit with us on Ride and Shine, and also for all that you do for all these kids. And that was great. I got to sit there and have my licking good blueberry donut and learn some things.
Right,
and
there you go.
Yeah, you're doing great.
The next time you'll get to do it.
There we go. That'll work. I do hope that y'all will come back and visit with us. Bring some of your athletes sometime.
Yes,
we
that'll
would
be great.
love to
Yeah,
hear
sure,
from
that'll be
them.
great. Kids going to school.
No
Yeah.
That would be great. Yeah, that'd be great.
No
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
And Coach here is giving away a great customer service experience for sure, and great deals on cars. So come in last day of the month, come buy a car for him, support him,
exactly.
and we sure do appreciate it. And again, we appreciate you for tuning in to Ride and Shine, Cruising Mornings at Greenway, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, right here in Anniston, Alabama. We will be back tomorrow morning, bright and early at 7:30. We wish you all a great day.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway Chrysler, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today.
Hi, Jake, Regional Vice President of LSI Staffing. LSI Staffing is a privately owned and family-operated business that was established in 1986. We specialize in commercial, light industrial staffing, warehouse, manufacturing, production, and assembly. If you're a company in the area looking for a new staffing partner, we'd love to talk to you. If you're an employee looking for a great job that offers benefits day one and competitive pay, come see us. Once again, you can find us at www.lsistaffing.com.
At Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.